This episode is sponsored by FX's Kindred, the original series only on Hulu. Based on Octavia E. Butler's best-selling novel, FX's Kindred centers on Dana James, a young Black woman and aspiring writer. Dana begins to settle into her new home in Los Angeles and is violently pulled back and forth in time. She emerges at a 19th century plantation and is confronted with secrets she never knew ran through her blood. FX's Kindred, all episodes now streaming only on Hulu.
Hey y'all, I'm April.
And I'm Caroline.
And this
is your Bloody Happy Hour.
Caroline, are you ready for this?
This is your newest guilty pleasure.
It's the bloodiest part of your week.
Did we say something about it also being happy hour?
Show did.
Because we about to be sipping on some murder. Bloody happy hour. Oh, hey y'all.
Hey there.
How is it going?
Dandy.
Welcome, everybody, to
your Bloody Happy Hour.
Your Bloody Happy Hour. That's right. That's April over there.
That's Caroline.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
We're your host.
And we're so excited to tell you some amazing stories. I bet you're excited too.
We got another episode, but first, what is your drink of choice today?
You might be a little shocked by this because I decided to put a little whiskey in my drink.
What? Whiskey Wednesday. Nope. It's Thursday. Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday with whiskey. Let me tell you, when I was younger, I had a lot of whiskey.
I mean, you're from West.
That explains a lot. That's true.
You are from West.
Let's be honest. I got it from my parents.
Yes.
Yeah, my parents' house. So,
what's your favorite?
I like to say I grew up on whiskey. I don't know if that's good. So that might explain a lot.
I grew up on breast milk, but after that, I actually never really liked whiskey. However, I don't pick it, but I do enjoy it. But I don't just like order it.
I don't order it either.
Okay.
I feel like that's just all I had.
Okay. There you go.
I know.
So, I was gonna say something.
Well,
what are you drinking? Oh, you're drinking whiskey and just water? Probably.
Oh no, they're actually. I put a soda in there. I don't even drink sodas.
So she's probably gonna have a kidney infection here real soon.
So I might have a kidney infection or a kidney stone, which I've had a kidney stone before and it was terrible.
Oh, not me. It's real gross.
I've heard it was worse than giving birth.
Oh.
So basically, I've given birth.
You've had a kid.
So I've had a kid.
Okay.
And they say that they're still like dormant. Like they're like, oh, you have two that are dormant. And I was like, okay, that's not what I wanted to hear.
So they can just come at any time?
I guess. And I was like, why did this one come? Like this is how bad it was. My dad was supposed to be the pallbearer at a funeral, right?
Okay.
And is that a normal thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he had to miss the funeral to take me to the emergency room.
What?
It was that bad. I woke up in the morning, went to work out, and then I came home and I was like, my stomach really hurts. What's happening? And I'm like, okay, it's like in my back. I don't know what's going on. And it was like towards the end of the day. We didn't go, but I just was literally on that nasty emergency room floor in a ball, laying on the floor in like the fetal position. It was, and I have a high pain tolerance.
Uh-huh.
It was horrible. And I didn't
is that
have
when
insurance.
you like pray and like say all your Hail Marys just in case this is the end?
It's literally, I felt like I was getting murdered. It was like stabs in the back. That's what it was, like a knife in your back and they're like twist, it was awful.
Well, I hope I never have to deal with it.
So yeah, you don't want to deal with it. So
don't drink soda.
That's why I don't.
I told my kid and then I tell my nephews that if you drink soda, you're going to have a bag on your hip. So
what's a bag on your hip?
One of those like bags you pee in.
A pee bag?
Like poop in.
A pee poop bag.
I don't know what it's called. But I had them scared to drink soda for the longest time. Like scared the hell out of them. But now they're just like, you've lied to us your whole life.
They've realized your
how
stories.
much of a liar I am.
That's unfortunate. But
I am drinking, of course, the famous Mr. Eddie.
I've got to get some of that.
Deep Eddie lemon this time.
Look at you.
And I mixed it with my
Ice?
like pre-workouts. Like there's like a cinch of my leftover Focus stuff, and then vodka. Love it. It tastes great.
I mean, why not?
I was trying to think if I had something good to say. I did right before I came here. I saw, I always said that I raised my kid off a Law and Order SVU.
And breast milk.
I mean, of course, breast milk.
Obviously. It goes without saying. That's why I didn't get COVID.
So, like, Wednesday and Thursday, we would sit. Somebody's probably going to call CPS on me, but he's a grown-up now, so.
So, he's good.
Yeah,
and you're good.
So, anyways, I feel like those were all the lessons in life, and it's real shit that, like, happens. So, trust nobody, and then watch Law and Order, and you can see how horrible people are, right?
There you go.
So,
I should have watched more Law and Order. I didn't.
And yeah, you would have.
I would have
peeped your
avoided
ex-husband out. Yep, real early. Well, guess what? This article came out today about this girl that was almost abducted. She was 11, and what saved her life is a Law and Order episode.
How? Tell me.
She was playing with this messy blue slime, and so this guy was trying to get her, and she just knew that if she grabbed his arms with this slime, that it would leave evidence. Kind of like if you bite or if you like scratch, there's evidence under your nails.
Yeah.
So when they did the lineup, this guy had this blue slime all over his arms, and so now he's in custody. I didn't read it in detail. I don't know where it's at, but that made my day, and I sent it to my son, Trent, and I was like, look at this. This is good parenting right here. Her and her mom would watch Law and Order SVU
should
together.
Be a guest.
And do you know that Olivia Benson, I mean, her real name's like Mariska Hargitay, tweeted and was very honored that this little girl made a little tribute to SVU.
See, I knew I should be watching those shows.
And I just have one more thing I'm real excited about.
Okay,
and then I'm going to let you tell your story.
No, tell me. I need to hear all this.
This is on a lighter note. I am the biggest Friends fan ever.
And they're doing the reunion.
Yes.
Has it already happened or
no? It hasn't. So this was my high school. You were like probably just
I didn't really.
Oh God.
I mean, I watched it, but I wasn't like an obsessed Friends fan. Like I know some people can literally quote every episode.
End podcast now.
Oh, I'm fired. I knew I would get fired somehow, but I didn't think it would be because of Friends.
I mean, that's the main reason.
It's pretty bad.
So, biggest Friends fan ever. Loved it. I still watch it. I can still cry and I can still laugh. Like, I love them, right? So then I had 3 dreams in my whole life. 3.
Wait, what? You've had 3 dreams your whole life?
No. Dreams, like, I need this to happen. This was my dream. My dream for this to happen.
Okay.
Dream number 1. To be a mermaid. Or a pirate. Always go back and forth with a mermaid or a pirate.
Ariel?
Uh-huh.
I'll call you Ariel.
Yeah.
I do. I really did like The Little Mermaid.
2, for Friends to make a reunion show.
You know, I have a friend who has been to the, what's the cafe called? The actual set?
Central Perk.
Like the set of the cafe and like sat on the couch and all that stuff?
Yeah, I want to go. It's on my list.
Is that still open
Alive,
to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you should do
the
that.
whole full set. I do. I want to go. And then my third one is for Elliot Stabler, which is from SVU. He was taken off the show like randomly, like 15 years ago, I think. And I've missed him. There's been a hole in my heart ever since. So do you know what happened in 2021?
What?
2 of my dreams came true. I did not become a mermaid.
I
However,
was like, did you become a mermaid? Did I miss it?
Friends is doing a reunion show. So then now Elliot is back on with Law and Order, and he's come back. So 2 of my dreams have come true in 2021.
What's that one, and what was the second one?
Friends.
Oh,
Friends.
to do a reunion?
Yes. Come together. Because
Did I hear? Did I see an article about Chandler was acting weird or something?
Yeah, he was slurring a little bit, but I feel like
that was kind of how you were slurring.
Yeah, I may be slurring like that for a couple of these podcasts, but
Listen,
it's okay.
It's
you
okay
can't
because
see me.
it's called Happy Hour.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay, so I'm so glad that your dreams are coming true.
Yeah.
You're living your best life. We need to get a manicure and all the things. I don't even. Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy for you, and I really hope that one day you can maybe become a mermaid.
Yep, I'm working on that.
How?
I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go to the beach and sit in the water for a really long time. I'll start off with that. What about, can you give me a hint about what you're going to talk about today?
It's a survivor story.
Ooh.
Like, have you ever seen the show I Survived? And why
No.
not?
No.
I, survived.
I've seen it on the
Period.
guide.
Well, that's not enough.
Okay.
This is a story about a survivor.
Okay.
This means you don't have a clue what this is.
No clue.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay. Are we ready to start this?
I'm ready.
Because this is the survival story of Mary Vincent.
Mary Vincent, y'all grab your drink. Get ready.
Okay. If you tell me
Quick
to-
sip.
And let me tell you, stop eating, start drinking, and you might need to. Actually, I think this is why I chose whiskey.
Okay.
Because you might need some whiskey for this
Uh-oh.
episode.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. So, first of all, like I said, this is from the I Survived season. I think it's season 4, episode 1, where she actually told her own story.
Ooh.
I mean, this is. Oh my God. Okay. And if you've been through anything of any magnitude, any kind of situation where you've like been in a bad relationship or abusive relationship or something, like it's good to tell your story. It's good to tell it to get awareness out there or to help other people who might be in that situation who you don't know who's in what situation. And it's also a healing process.
It is. And I think that's why we get put through storms, so that we can learn from them and teach other people.
Exactly. And how to avoid certain situations and what clues to look for.
Okay.
Okay, so here we go. I mean, and also tell me what you think about hitchhiking. How do you feel about hitchhiking?
So I've never done it.
Okay. Back in the day,
It was quite
it
normal.
was like, who doesn't hitchhike?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a story about a hitchhiker. Okay. So September 29th, 1978, Lawrence Singleton, who was a merchant seaman, which I don't really know what that is, but I did know that Richard Speck was one of those.
Oh.
So it's bad news job. You're out on a ship with a bunch of dudes.
Okay.
And so he is, trucking along. He picks up 15-year-old hitchhiker, Mary Vincent, in Berkeley, California. So Mary had a boyfriend at the time who she was living with out of her car, but he wasn't good to her. He ended up being taken by the police on some rape charges. And she was from Las Vegas, and her parents were actually getting divorced. And so things were all messed up for her. She's parents getting divorced. All these things are going on. There's some conflicting reports as to where she was heading. I mean, some say she was going back to Las Vegas. Some say she was going to LA, to Los Angeles, where her grandpa lived. But either way, she was hitchhiking, and she was trying to head south. Okay. She was trying to head south. She was in, which I had to look up on the map because we're not in California. So Berkeley, and then you're going to, I don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
But Berkeley, you're trying to go, she's going south.
Okay.
That's her whole point.
Okay.
So she's hitchhiking along. A van pulls up, blue van. And there's 2 other people that are behind her hitchhiking, a couple other guys. And they're all headed the same way. They're headed the same direction. Well, the driver pulls over and he says that he has room for 1 person. Well, have you?
I don't know. Go.
Okay. So the other 2 guys were like, this is kind of odd. And they warned her, don't get in that van. Don't get in that van, because they could see in the back of the van that it was empty. So you have this huge van. Clearly there's enough room for all 3 people. And he's saying basically there's only enough room for this young girl. And then once again, they're like, don't take that ride. But she was so tired. She'd already been hitchhiking for a while and she just wanted to get home.
Okay.
So this guy looks like a grandpa. I mean, he's older. He's like in his 50s or 60s, but he looks a lot older. Because, I mean, nowadays, I feel like 50s and 60s, it's like you don't even look that old.
You look good.
Yeah, you got all the Botox. You got work done. I mean, you look like you're 25. So he's looking like he's probably like 90, but he's really 50 or 60. Okay, so he's this big old guy, got a pot belly.
Okay.
He's probably sweating, And she's like, I mean, what's that guy going to do? So she gets in the van. She's like, it's fine. She's exhausted. She's been hiking for so long. So she tells him she's trying to get back home to LA. And he's like, well, I'm headed to Reno, which is not south. Reno from where they are would be east. So she's like, well.
Oh my God. I feel like did you sub a geography class just now?
Listen, I did. I looked at maps. And
I don't even know where east is.
I don't either. That's just why I don't look.
You just know it's east.
Sorry, but I know directions.
Okay.
Never eat soggy wiener? I don't know.
Wheat or watermelon.
Never eat soggy wieners. That's not it.
Sour watermelon.
You're black.
Never eat sour wheat.
Sour wheat?
I mean, I've learned both of them. I think I might have changed it to watermelon.
Sour wheat.
Yeah.
What is sour wheat?
Who gives a shit? You just don't eat it. Don't eat anything that's
Soggy
sour.
wieners.
I just can't.
We're going to have to figure out what the saying was, because I'm sure in elementary school they did not say
sour wieners.
Sour wieners or soggy
watermelon.
Maybe they did say that. Anyway, so basically I know my directions because I'm so super smart and I might be a teacher of geography. So they're headed and he's like, it doesn't matter. Oh, it's fine. I'll still take you there. Like, I don't mind taking a detour. So she gets in and she's super tired, like I've said. So she falls asleep that night.
Oh, God.
Well, then she eventually wakes up and she's like, she doesn't know how much time has passed. And she looks out the window and she's like, oh, we are definitely going the wrong way. And she sees the road signs and she's like, oh, hell, yeah, we're going east towards Reno. And we should be going south.
How many friends was she with?
She wasn't with any friends. There was just other hitchhikers that were like also hitchhiking, like, because that's what people did, I guess.
Oh.
So they
were just gathered at a hitchhiking stop, like a bus
I think
stop.
she had like a sign up that said like headed south or something. Like, I mean, I don't know. I did not live that life. But they were just around and near her and just like, girl, don't you get in that van.
I was about to be mad at her friends, but
yeah,
they're not her friends.
They were her friends.
But they warned her.
But they tried to warn her. They warned her multiple times.
Come on now.
So she's in this van. She wakes up. She's like, no, we're clearly not going the right way. And they're in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing around. There's like dirt and a tree. There's like one tree. She counted only one tree. Okay. Maybe a branch.
Is this the West Mesa killer?
No, this is not that. I can't believe
West Mesa is probably like in another state.
She's like trying to Google to see what this is because she's like, this is great.
I hate not knowing.
Yeah. So, there's literally nothing around. It's rural, which that's a hard word for me to say. So I'm only saying it once. Roads that she noticed they passed the I-5, which is the Interstate 5, which in California, you know what that means. It's just the interstate. So she confronts him and she was like, you're going the wrong way and you know you're going the wrong way. And she's like, turn the van around. So he's like, oh, it's an honest mistake. I'm an honest man. Like, I would never deceive anyone. I'll turn around. So he turns around. He drives a little bit. He says, sorry, I got to go to the bathroom. There's no, he's like, I can't wait to go to a gas station or whatever comes. Like, let's just pull over on the side of the road. I got to go to the bathroom. So he goes to the bathroom. He gets out. She's getting kind of nervous. She realizes at that point she's in a bad situation. Dirt road, nothing around. This guy's getting out. It's nighttime. She's just kind of stuck in the van.
I feel like she didn't watch Law and Order SVU growing up.
She sure didn't, because guess what? She decides to get out of the van. She's going to get some air. She's going to stretch her legs. She notices, okay, my shoe's untied. So if I have to run and outrun this old fat guy, then I should probably tie my shoe.
Okay. I like where this is going.
All right. So she bends down and she ties her shoe. And then all of a sudden she blacks out. But turns out she got hit over the head with a sledgehammer.
Oh, Lordy.
So she blacked out. She wakes up.
She was knocked out.
Oh, yeah, she knocked out.
Okay.
She knocked out. So she didn't just black out. She got knocked out with a sledgehammer over the top of her head.
Almost like, was she drinking whiskey?
No, but I think eventually he forces her to drink some weird stuff out of a milk jug or something.
Okay.
Or I know, because that's what I'm about to say. So she wakes up after she's blacked out. She wakes up in the back of the van, tied up, naked.
Oh, God.
And here we go. He has a jug of some kind of drink that he forces her to drink. She doesn't know what it was, but she says definitely alcoholic. Okay. So, here, trigger warning. He starts raping her.
Okay.
Over and over and over, all through the night, into the morning. And of course, the whole time, she's 15. She's 15 years old. Did I say that?
No.
Oh, hell.
That makes a big difference.
15.
Oh, my gosh.
She's crying. She's screaming. I mean, obviously, this is terrible. And all she's saying to him, she's just like, just set me free. Please set me free. I won't tell anyone. Set me free. So then morning comes when he's finally done, and he pulls over the van, pulls to the side of the road. He unties her, and he says, you want to be set free? I'll set you free. He pulls out his hatchet.
Oh, God.
Out of the back of the van, and he cuts her right arm off with 3 blows.
Oh, my gosh.
She's freaking out. She's screaming. She's going crazy.
I mean, was she riding next to this hatchet this whole time?
I don't know if she saw the hatchet.
Oh, my gosh.
She's going crazy.
Mary.
She grabs, so this arm's cut off. She grabs him with the other arm. And he takes the hatchet and starts hacking off at that arm with just 2 strokes below the elbow. So she's holding on to him, but she starts falling backwards. And she's like, why am I falling backwards? I'm holding on to this guy. And she realizes that her other arm has been chopped off. So that's why she's falling.
She can't balance. She can't catch herself.
So this arm's chopped off. She grabs him with this one, and then he chops that off. And then she's falling. And she's like, wait, why am I falling? And this is when she's like, she looks at him. She's confused. She's in shock. She's like, what the hell? He starts flicking his arm like this because her arm is still grabbing onto his arm.
Oh, my gosh. He's trying to get her arm off.
Yes. It's still holding on. Her severed arm. Yeah. So she passes out. I mean, she's bleeding. Mind you, this is what is this episode? What is this show called?
I Survived. So she
Okay.
doesn't die.
No.
She sounds like a bad bitch.
She sure does. Okay. She goes limp. She's done. She's passing out. And then, did I say his name? Singleton? Lawrence Singleton? He's like, she did. There's no way she's going to survive after all that.
So he leaves her.
So he drags her body to this like railing that's near. And he throws her over this like 30-foot embankment, ravine, off a cliff. Just get rid of her. She's fine. And some places I've read, he's like stuffed her in some pipe, and I've read a couple different things. But the point is, she's been thrown off this embankment. She breaks 4 ribs on the way down, and he drives off. Okay. So eventually, here's the little spoiler. When the police do catch him, they figure that, you know, he thought that she would be dead and that he cut her arms off so that there would be no fingerprints found.
Okay. What?
That's what I read.
So so that they couldn't, but did she ever still have her teeth?
Exactly.
Maybe
yes.
so.
That's why I think he's like, he's trying to be
Identify her
smart, but
body,
he's
yeah.
really stupid.
Yeah, yeah.
He's trying to be smart, but he's really stupid.
Because if they found her body, they would have ran her fingerprints and figured it out. But
Right.
he didn't think about the teeth.
Yeah, because he dumb. So she
He's
is
99.
down in this ravine, losing blood. She wants to go to sleep. You know, you're passing out, right?
Yeah.
You got your arms chopped off. All the things. And she has a voice inside of her. It's like some presence. She's just being told, like, get up. You can't go to sleep. You have to catch this guy or do whatever you can to get this guy caught so he can't do this to anybody else.
Okay.
I mean, wow.
I know. I'd have been just worried about myself.
I've been like, I'm about to go to sleep. I can't. But that's like, what? You're like,
Thinking proactively. And you're 15. Maybe she
And
did
you're
watch Law and Order.
she might have because just wait. Okay. She somehow finds the strength to stay awake, stay alive. She puts her bloody stumps into the dirt to make mud packs over.
To stop it from bleeding.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
She might have been in
Fight or flight. And she was in like,
double fight, mud packs, stop the bleeding, give her. So she's having to also climb up. She's going to have to climb up this 30-foot cliff embankment with her stubs, with
bleeding.
naked. And she's still naked. Okay? Still naked.
Oh gosh.
So she starts to crawl back up this 30-foot hill, ravine, cliff thing, which takes her all day, hours and hours. So she keeps crawling, and she can hear the cars off the highway. So she's not that far from the I-5.
She's like just a little bit further.
She's like, I come on, keep
I
going.
I gotta get there.
Yeah. She can hear the cars driving. She knows she'll be saved if she can just get to somebody. So she finally gets to the top, and she gets to the road, and she starts walking, and she walks 3 miles. Okay. Now 3 miles, you might be like, oh, just 3 miles? No. 3 miles.
With your arms chopped off.
With your arms chopped off. She's walking 3 miles.
You've been raped.
You're naked, you're covered in blood, and you're walking.
And you just
And first of all, if you walk 3 miles
ravine.
as a just regular walk, that should take at least 45 minutes. I mean, this...
But you need your arms too to walk, like the
Okay,
balance.
and
the core.
she's walking, and she's holding her arms up to keep the muscles and the blood
flowing
from falling out.
Oh. What?
She
listened in
She
class.
was definitely we need to ask her
Survivor.
if she watched all the shows. Because I would know to pack my arms stubs in mud or dirt or to stop. I mean,
you would have thought like
who
wrap
thinks
it
of
up.
those things.
Right?
But what are you going to wrap
Pressure-
it with?
Yeah, so she don't have clothes. So she's, I don't know. That's like your brain can do some crazy things. Fight or flight. I'd have just threw myself off the rest of the cliff and just been done. Hope that they find me. I don't have that fight in me anymore.
I don't
I'm too
think
old.
I do. Okay, so I have questions for you on this. So then she's walking 3 miles. There's a car that comes up. 2 guys in a convertible. They slow down at first, see her, and then speed away.
I mean,
what would you do if you drove up on this bloody, and she said she said herself, and I think it was either in the show or in an interview, I looked like something out of a horror movie, and I don't blame them at all.
they were probably like, I just got my new car, and
What if they were like on a secret, I don't know, they were just like, oh, we can't
some
save
people
her.
are like, this isn't my business, and
yeah, or what if they're like,
this is a trick.
it's a trap.
Yeah, that's
This
what I
is
would
a
have
trap.
thought.
And if I go save this person,
She's gonna take me to.
she's gonna take me, and the murder's gonna come out, and he's gonna get me, and it's a trap.
I mean, but you
So-
can't really fake arms being cut off.
What if you had a lot of ketchup?
No, no.
Hi, I'm Hank. You might remember me from a show called King of the Hill. Check out a King of the Hill rewatch podcast. These boys ain't right, but they are funny. Find the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemedianetwork.com. I tell you what.
But still, your arms are missing.
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
But
so,
I see it happens all the time. People just say, "Oh, the next person will get it. The next person will."
because it's
save
literally
her."
like out of a movie.
Yeah.
If you were to,
Oh, you know me.
I feel like you would drive by and you'd be like, "Girl, get in, get in."
What happened to you? What do you look like? What did he drive?
Yes.
Like, let's take all the notes on our way to the hospital and the police.
Yes.
But there's no cell phones back then either. So it's not like they could have drove off and called 911 and reported it. They had to wait till they were going wherever, find a payphone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, am I predicting this?
You are. I knew you were good at this. I would love to say I would do that. And I'm going to say I would.
No, Caroline, I think you would almost freak out. And
I would.
and then you would just call me up later
I'd
and
be
be
like,
like,
oh, look at this. I would probably take a picture and be like, excuse me, what should I do right now?
yeah.
That's exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, go save her. And I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go save her. And
Put
then
me
I
on
would
speaker.
And then I'll put her on speaker. And then I would go save her. Because I know I'm like, oh my gosh, I saw a wreck. And I call my friend who's a EMT. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And she's like, nothing. They've already, whatever. Anyway, I always need to have validation on what I'm going to do.
Was it an EMT or an ENT? I get them mixed up.
Listen,
Ear, nose, and throat.
She's not an ear, nose. She was. She's a flight medic.
Oh,
So she was an emergency personnel.
okay.
And anyway, she's like,
What are those things you can do? Ride-alongs? Does she do ride-alongs?
I told her that one time. I was like, can I come and like have a day with you and just see what happens? Because she comes up on all the wrecks and everything. And I mean, she's a flight medic. So they
Yeah.
go to all the, in extreme scenes. I don't know if she's allowed to take pictures, but she does. And I've seen some of it. She's like, I know you want to look at these pictures. And I'm like, yes, I want to look at those pictures. Because, when I was
Don't
little,
get her fired.
we ain't saying her name.
She don't even live in Texas.
No, she lives in Hawaii.
Okay.
So, when I was little, I used to love watching like Emergency 911,
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
which,
Oh, no, I'm thinking of Cops.
yeah, no, this was like, it wasn't ER. It was just Emergency 911 was the show, I think. And I don't know. I just remember my mom telling me, she's like, you always used to love watching that Emergency 911 show.
See,
blah,
it
blah,
starts
blah.
at a young age.
I know. And I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot I used to watch that show. So, anyway, here we go. We got the guys in the convertible. They're like, no, we're going to keep driving, whatever. The road is completely dark. There's nothing around, like I said. So she keeps walking. Another car comes up. This is you. Turns out this is a couple who took a wrong exit. And guess what? They're on their honeymoon.
That was Jesus. A wrong turn to help out somebody.
Yes. So they're on their honeymoon and they're trying to get back to the I-5. And they stop and they get her. They pick her up. They wrap her up in towels. They put her in the back of the truck and they tell her, you're like, we're going to get help. We're going to get you help. And the only thing she could say was, he raped me. So they go to the nearest payphone because, like you said, there's no cell phones back in the 70s. And they make a call. They skip the whole ambulance. She just gets airlifted to the next hospital.
Okay. I mean, you should probably skip that ambulance.
She lost over half of the blood in her body. And then from the hospital bed, you have the sketch artist, the police sketch artist, to come and try to get a detailed picture to see.
Before you forget.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So she's in her bed. She provides the most detailed description. It's so vivid.
Who is this girl?
I don't know, but she's Mary Vincent, and she's still around. So she
needs to be working with victim services or something.
Well,
or going to schools and educating little girls.
You are just predicting everything.
What?
Yes!
I mean, that was okay. Go.
Okay, so the sketch is so realistic and vivid that this Larry Singleton's next door neighbor,
I wish one of my neighbors was a serial killer.
recognized
Or killer.
his picture and turned him into the police. But let's just stop and talk about sketches. You ever look at a sketch and you're like, my God, looks. I mean, are they even any good, the sketches?
I mean, a lot of them are.
Okay.
Some of them are way off. Did you watch the Richard Ramirez one? That was ridiculous.
Yes, I did watch that Netflix. So apparently this one was just so good that neighbor called right away, and the neighbor was like, she knew him well. She was, friends with him, and right away she was like, that's him, and called the police. He had like some big old nose.
That's Larry.
She's like, and that's the funny thing is his name is Lawrence and he goes by Larry.
That's Larry.
Okay, but just remember that, because that comes into play whenever he tries to say what really happened.
Oh, okay.
What really happened.
Okay.
So the neighbor's like, yeah, that's old Lawrence. So he gets arrested 9 days later. All right. And then this is his story to police. He tells a very different story. He says that he picked up 3 hitchhikers that day, and that the hitchhikers' names were Pedro, Larry, and Mary.
Oh.
He was trying to hit all diversities.
You don't got to stop.
I know, but I couldn't focus. I had to get in the photo. So he tried to say, like, okay, Pedro, Larry, and Mary. I mean, is he just like making up names? Like, what is he doing? I mean, his name is Larry, but whatever. So he's saying that he's obviously like in some kind of panic mode and just making up names. Well, he says that Mary was just some $10 whore, that he just picked her up, and that Larry is the one who attacked and raped her, because he's saying he had these 3 and Larry attacked her. Larry was the one that did it. But I'm like, you got multiple personality situation happening right now, because I feel like that's what she's got going on. And he said he passed out drunk in the van and he didn't do anything. And it was this other Larry.
Oh.
And Pedro. Larry, that's who did it.
Pedro just watched, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he just was like, watching, seeing what's going on. So that's what he says in to police and during the trial. Okay, that's his story.
Okay,
like, it wasn't him. He had nothing to do with it. So in the trial, she testifies against him while she's wearing her 2 prosthetic arms.
Oh my gosh.
With like hooks on those arms.
Way to appeal to the jury.
You go, girl. See, she
is a survivor. Okay,
listen to this. As she is walking out after she testifies, she passes him. And I'm like, is he just standing in the hall? And she just, I don't know. He whispers to her, if it's the last thing I do, I'll finish the job.
Oh my God.
Hey.
Nobody heard it?
I don't know. I say he whispered, but how are you passing this? You're just walking by? Y'all just walk by each other?
Yeah, because innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah, but where is he standing? I need to know exactly where he's standing and where she's walking.
I mean, it's probably a little bitty.
I don't know. I've never been in a courtroom situation like this, so I don't know. So finally, he gets, in March of 79, San Diego jury convicts him of, kidnapping, mayhem, forcible rape, sodomy, attempted murder, and forced oral copulation. I need you to define what some of these things are.
Wait, mayhem?
Okay, so...
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So mayhem, I think of that as like crazy kids acting all wild and like graffiti.
I mean, like anytime we would go to a conference, we would cause a lot of mayhem.
Yeah, like I've been causing mayhem
forever.
So long. And so we have to figure out what those really mean, because I did not get to look into that.
Forced copulation. Go ahead and tell the story.
Oh, yeah. So that's what I put in there. I was like, so can you tell me what's the difference?
Is that what it's called? Or oral copulation?
No, forced oral copulation. I guess that's just like forced oral sex. Like he probably like shoves, he just puts his penis in her mouth.
Yeah, because this is okay.
Look up mayhem, and I don't know what the difference in this is all these trigger warnings, but like, okay, is there like a forcible rape or like not? I don't know what.
Maybe it's just how the law was worded back then.
Yeah, I don't know. So so while she looks into that and gives us definitions, he is given. Oh, but you got to listen to this part. He's given the maximum legal sentence at the time.
Oh, God.
Which, what you want to guess that is?
I mean, it's probably like 10 to 15.
Okay. 14 years. For all of those things combined. For all those things. Attempted murder, rape, mayhem, kidnapping, all the things. 14 years. Okay. The judge who sentenced him said, if I had the power, I would send him to prison for the rest of his natural life. Naturally. I would think that's what a judge should say. So the case becomes so notorious because it's super gruesome and because of the crime. He is paroled after serving
5 years.
8 years in prison.
My gosh. And we would still be there. Like an innocent person would like be killed. It's so crazy.
Somebody who goes and like gets caught with drugs is like in jail for longer.
Forever. Mayhem is chaos. Violent or damaging disorder.
Look up criminal mayhem. It's got to be more intense than that, right? Why is that a charge? We need to get a DA in here.
Did you say something about attempted murder? Was there any attempt?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
He did get that?
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 charges for all 6 of those. First of all, I guess back, I'm sure back then they were like, rape, it's her fault,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. His word against hers.
Yeah, and like
so they were probably lucky to get a conviction, but like with your arms gone, like that
it's her fault. She caused it all. Yeah,
Okay.
because she's $10 whore. Like that's what she said. He says. Yeah. So so he's only here we go.
Criminal mayhem.
Yes.
Is
criminal
under
mayhem.
the strict common law definition. Initially, this required damage to an eye or a limb while cutting off an ear or a nose is not sufficient. So he only got that charge because he cut off
a limb.
Yes, but if he cut off her ear, that wouldn't even be a charge.
What? What's the ear's not important?
Or
the nose?
Nose? No.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
I think
this is just California shit.
Well, that was an issue as far as like the sentencing. It was apparently they changed the law after that. Oh, our drinks are about to be empty. We're going to have to refill.
I'm
Because,
gonna
listen, this is a good story. Okay. So, 8 years. This is when shit hits the fan. Okay. So, this is all over the place. The news, the people everywhere are talking about it. They're like, this guy, how could he be let go? Like, how could he be paroled? They could not understand, how is this happening? So, it turns out, in 1983, oh yeah, this is what I was going to say. California quietly passed a work incentive law so that prison overcrowding could be reduced, where a day was cut off of your sentence for each day that the prisoner spent working at the jail.
Oh.
What the
There's a
fish?
lot of that.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say fish? So this
I
is we're
said,
gonna
what
put an
the
E by
fish?
this is
Listen,
gonna be an explicit
It's going to have to be explicit. We're talking about rape and limbs
I
and
thought the F
nubs.
word just gave you explicit.
I think all the things give you
Oh,
explicit. So
okay.
what
I
the
like
fuck?
that.
This is fucked up. Okay, so yeah. So
You can say wet in
basically,
the
it's a fucking
firecracker.
stupid law, is what I'm about to say. So the stupid law, and this is, like I said, they thought this rape was women's fault. So you ready for this? So the associate warden of California Men's Colony in San Luis Obispo, because you were supposed to say this, Ed Martin. This is where what's his face, Scary Larry, served his time. All right, and this warden said, this is why they passed that law. If there is continued work and good behavior and no change in his programs, his release date will be April 28th, which was 8 years and 4 months of time. Okay, so all the people in the town, they're going crazy. So here we go. They try to parole him to, I don't know any of these places, but I'm just going to say their names because that's what it said. But Antioch, California. Okay, the mayor of this Antioch, California protested. And because based on public reaction, everybody's going crazy. So he protested to the Department of Corrections. Department of Corrections agrees that they will try to place him with relatives in Tampa, Florida.
Oh.
And there were because there were too many people not having it.
And
okay?
he's gonna get away with it there.
Okay. Exactly. That's what you would think. But listen to this.
Okay.
Tampa Guardian Angels. Okay, you know what the Guardian Angels? Where did I hear about? Okay.
Is that the no?
Yes, that's the Red Beret people.
Okay.
I saw it in some documentary I watched. Okay, so the Tampa, Florida Guardian Angels, they're basically like probably what we need now in New York. Like whenever the city is going crazy and like they're like citizens
Okay.
who are just trying to help protect everybody. So they're maybe enforcers and they're just trying to help. Like they would ride the subways and stuff like that. I think it was a big thing in the 80s. Guardian Angels.
Okay.
Look it up.
Okay.
All right. So we
believe
have
you.
the Tampa chapter of these Guardian Angels, which is, like citizens helping to protect. They led protests in Florida, and the Florida officials then reject him as well. So he's been rejected by Florida.
Oh.
I mean, that bad. That's bad. Because, Florida,
they take everybody.
They take everybody.
So it's on vacation there every year.
I mean, let's be honest. You got to be a pretty big piece of shit to, like, get rejected.
and he was.
And he was. So then they try to release him. So they've already tried twice. They've tried to release him in Contra Costa County. I can't say that very fast. A speech impediment, So they try to release him there, and that county gets a restraining order, and they've barred him, and they report that to the Department of Corrections, and they say, you cannot place him anywhere in this county. Okay. Contra Costa. Okay. Some county.
Okay.
Then, so he can't go there. Then they try San Francisco. Well, the police chief finds out, and he's like, no, I'm getting a restraining order too. And he's not allowed to come to San Francisco.
Okay.
Okay. So
He comes
then
to Texas.
So then he comes to Texas, and there he is, and he's in Gatesville.
Gatesville.
His ass in Gatesville right now. Hell no. They take him to Redwood City. They secretly put him in a hotel. Secretly. Okay.
Who is they? The parole
Department of Corrections.
Okay.
Okay. But reporters find out, and protesters surround the hotel.
Oh.
And the Department of Corrections is like, oh, hell. They had to pull him out because people were literally losing their minds. Like, they were about to go apeshit. They were about to go crazy.
Yes.
So they pull him out. And then the Court of Appeals overturns the restraining order in Contra County and San Francisco that they couldn't have him there. So now they place him in a different county.
In Florida still.
No, they're back in California because Florida.
Okay.
He got a no from Tampa. Now he's back in California. He's trying to go through all these different counties. So he's in the city of El Cerrito.
Okay.
And the he's in this other city, his other county, but this Contra Costa County finds out that they're sending him to this El Cerrito place, and they're like, oh, hell no. So they told the press, they like leaked it. They're like, hey, he's coming here, so y'all better get this going. So
they 86 that real quick.
They sure did. And protests started. So they're like, hell no. Then they tried Richmond, then like Rodeo. I mean, everywhere they tried, mobs and all these, like everything's, they're like, no. He finally, at one of these places, he's escorted out of an apartment with a bulletproof vest because there's mobs and everywhere. You think about how those.
And their job is to protect them.
Oh, hell yeah. And they're like, I hope this
care right now.
Wish he would get shot and, but they can't, whatever. Finally, the governor of California, he puts.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know who it was. But he puts a trailer on the grounds of San Quentin, which is the state prison.
Okay.
I'm
trying
He puts a trailer on the grounds of the prison. So he could live there for his 1 year of parole. Because he couldn't go anywhere.
So he does all these things, and then the state buys him a place to live.
I guess that's
because nobody else would take him.
Yep.
Great job to all these counties for just kicking his.
I mean, they just were like tweeting each other left and right, even though they weren't on Twitter. They're probably sending like, what do you send back then?
Mail.
Like a letter?
Like real mail. Oh. So they just sent it like 2 weeks in advance.
Just be like, listen, this might happen. How did people live back then? Oh my God.
They had to buy stamps.
I can't even deal with stamps, even though I have so many stamps. What? I get mailed stamps. I don't know. I get mailed stamps.
You're subscribing to that.
Oh, hell.
From your podcast. From one of the podcasts. I hear it all the time.
No, it's not. I don't do stamps.com. No, I have stamps with my name and my address that come in the mail. I don't know why.
Bitch, those are labels. Those are not stamps.
Oh.
It's just go.
You're
that
right.
is not a stamp.
You're right. That's not a stamp.
That's just a label. It's like from the Salvation Army or something.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're not supposed to,
Listen,
you're supposed to donate to them. Yeah. Oh
that's
Lordy, Caroline
that's
didn't know
how they
what
laugh
stamp
on the
was.
show. Steve Harvey show.
Oh, okay. Steve Harvey.
You don't laugh like that? Okay. So anyway, that's not a stamp. So I don't really have that many stamps. I do have a stamp that I stamp.
Those aren't free. Those are like.
I was like, why they keep sending me these stamps?
Oh Lordy.
I need to go back and I need to go go to the ravine where Mary was to find myself. Hell. So anyway, I don't even know where we were. Oh, the governor was like,
he's got a trailer.
Yeah, we gotta put a trailer. So so he's there for 1 year and then his parole is over and then he's done. Then what does he do after that? After his 1 year, he goes back to Florida. Because he can go wherever he wants now. It's been a year because, they only let him made him stay there for 8 years.
And so he can just sneak his ass in.
Oh, yeah. So he goes back to Florida. He gets there. People find out. They start protesting. Even like a car dealership offered him like $5,000 to leave the state, which I'm sure back then it was like $50,000. And there was like a bomb that was detonated like by his house, but it didn't kill him or do anything. So it's kind of a waste. But at least it was an attempt. And then in 1997.
Good year.
Great year. I think I won the World Series that year or the year before that.
Like you won the world?
Excuse me. I'm a athlete. I'm a Little League World Series champion. Do I need to post pictures? I might.
Oh, okay.
Bye.
Post them next to his mugshot.
Next to his mugshot with his big nose and his fat pot belly
go
sweating.
to Instagram.
Go to Instagram because we're going to put pictures. We'll put pictures of Scary Larry and his pot belly when he's sweating, and Mary with her, how she has survived and how she's awesome. And then I'll put a picture of me being an all-star.
All happened in the same year.
Because it's about me. So, okay, in 1997, he's in Florida. A neighbor ends up calling the police on old Singleton because they hear screaming from his house.
Okay.
He's attacking a woman in his home. The cops come.
In his home?
Wherever he's living.
Okay.
The cops come. They find the body of a 31-year-old mother of 3, Roxana Hines. She's a sex worker, but she's a mother. She's doing what she can do. You know, we think it's...
Her name is Roxanne Hayes.
Hayes.
You almost made her black. Roxana Hines.
I was close.
I knew you was black. Roxanne.
It's not even Roxana Hines.
It's Roxanne Hayes.
That's because I'm probably dyslexic or something.
Or it's the whiskey. Go ahead. Sorry.
But it does say on my note, on my papers right there. So I wrote it wrong. Okay. But listen, she was stabbed 12 times in the face and in the chest. Are you looking it up right now? Yeah, I know you are. Are you? Am I saying it right?
Sure.
Okay. So the cops answer the door. The cops answer the door. The cops come to the door and he answers the door with his shirt open, all belly exposed,
oh my gosh,
with blood all over his chest. He don't give a fuck. He's like, this is it. So when the trial, and I'm just fast forwarding to when the trial happens in Florida, because obviously we know what he's done. And Mary Vincent comes to the trial in Florida for this Haynes girl and testifies against him. The piece of shit. And tells her whole story. And I mean, she wants to make sure he's gone for good.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't get any.
She tried to do it the first time
Yes.
and it didn't work. So she's going to make sure.
Yep. And you know, she's how long when he got released, think about what she went through whenever he was out on parole and then he was free.
Because that threat.
Because of that threat.
Yeah. When
he's like, he's going to get her eventually. And like, she's got to be freaking out. I mean, obviously you don't forget that. So the jury deliberated for 1 whole hour.
Thank you, jury.
Found him guilty.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, he dies of cancer. What? I know. I was hoping he would like get like some kind of really bad infection that was painful, or some kind of like penis disease, or some kind of butt thing, or I don't know, something real bad that was painful. A kidney stone. Maybe he would get a kidney stone.
Or 14 of them.
Or 14 kidney stones. But no, he died of cancer. Hopefully it was a painful one.
Hopefully.
He was sentenced and did he get just life, or did he get death?
So
life. But okay, yeah. He was sentenced, but when he was sentenced, he denied everything. He denied mutilating Mary Vincent. He said that with the stabbing of Haynes, he said, I'm sorry about the death in this case. Hayes. I keep calling her Haynes. Hayes.
Those are the underwear.
Roxy. I'll call her Roxy. He said, I'm sorry about the death in this case. I'll have to carry it on my conscience for the rest of my life.
He has none.
Has none.
A piece of...
So Mary Vincent ended up winning $2.56 million civil suit, but she couldn't collect on it because he had no money. He had $200 in his savings account. And then like I
So
think
what's the point of suing somebody if you don't get the money?
Exactly. I don't know. I also think that whenever he got out of prison, he tried to sue her. Yeah. I mean, I left some of that out.
This man is on a whole nother level.
I don't know if he's either like super narcissist or like he's just an idiot.
I just
or
want to
he
know
has multiple personalities.
who lived in his trailer after he left. I wonder if that trailer's still there. I wonder if they
I think you
keep
should
it
call
for the guards.
San
I'm going to call Arnold Schwarzenegger and ask him.
Call Arnold. San Jacinto. I don't know what it's called. Prison. That's not what it's called, but San Quentin.
San Quentin.
What's the
That's a
San
real life
Jacinto
one.
was a battle.
Yeah,
The battle of San Jacinto. Listen, I've been subbing today.
She was definitely in somebody's history or geography
I read
class.
one sentence from page 73 of the geography book. And I read San Jacinto and I knew. Okay.
She was like,
Last thing. Eventually, Mary Vincent got married. She moved to Orange County. She has 2 sons. And she started the Mary Vincent Foundation to help victims of traumatic crime.
yay, Mary.
Just like you wanted her to do.
I did. I love when they live on and help other people from what they went through.
And
That is
she,
the
yes.
point of everybody's life.
And so go watch I Survived. If you want to see her episode and you want to see her tell her story. I mean, it's season 4, episode 1.
Okay.
I tried to look it up on my Amazon Prime. I feel like I've watched it before a while ago because this is one of the first stories that I was like, heard about. And I was, oh,
Mary.
wow. Like,
Is this our third? We've had a lot of Marys.
we have.
Yes, I had a Mary. You had a
Who
Mary.
was your Mary?
My Mary was Satomo. His first victim was a Mary. Sometimes I would say Mari because I made her Chicana every once in a while, even though she was Japanese.
Yeah.
And then your eyeball killer was a Mary.
It was. I already forgot. Listen, I got memory issues.
She's got it's short term. Short term.
It's super short. And you know
Her
what?
working memory doesn't do.
I need a ginkgo biloba.
Ginkgoba.
No, it's called ginkgo biloba.
What?
Ginkgo biloba.
It's not. You're putting like 4 different
It's not
vitamins
ginkgo
together.
blah.
It's ginkgoba.
No, it's 2 words. Ginkgo biloba.
Oh, you're
or
going to
bonobo.
combine. Okay. It's fine. Somebody's going to email us and tell us.
Anyways, yeah, somebody let us know what the medicine is
For
or
your memory.
For your memory, but you know, my mom's name is Mary.
Wow.
So
Is she a
she's
badass too?
pretty much.
Pretty much.
She's super smart.
So
I don't know where I get my smartest from.
You're real. So, Caroline, I'm excited because I didn't know anything about this story.
I can't believe it.
But I don't like not knowing, so I had to cheat. But it's okay.
Listen, I'd do the same.
It's okay. Hope y'all liked it.
I am sure they loved it.
I am sure they did too.
How could you not? It was so intense.
So they need to tune in next time?
Yes, next time. And also, you need to do a lot of things. So get your pen out and write this down. You need to, or your notepad. Get your handy dandy notepad book out.
Or put it in your notes.
Put it in your phone because you can share notes. April doesn't know how. You email us at bloodyhappyhour@gmail.com. Okay? Because we want to hear your stories. We want to either hear your cool stories, your creepy stories, your crazy stories. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Bloody Happy Hour.
Podcast.
Mostly everything is just at Bloody Happy Hour. Facebook page is Bloody Happy Hour Podcast.
I screwed it up.
It's fine. It just happened to be available. Otherwise, it would have to be like Bloody Pod or Bloody weird thing.
Yeah.
But yes, go follow, subscribe because, I mean,
Why wouldn't you?
yeah, this is a great thing.
The other thing you can do that'll help us out a whole lot is rate us on Apple and everywhere you can rate us. And 5 stars. 5 stars. That's it.
And review.
Rate and review.
R&R, people. Do it.
Yes. Hey, my turn next time.
Oh, here we go.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Frozen, frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen, frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach,
And I'm Mike.
and we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros, Foes, Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Frozen, frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about frozen, frozen, heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hi, I'm Hank. You might remember me from a show called King of the Hill. Check out a King of the Hill rewatch podcast. These boys ain't rap, but they are funny. Find the podcast anywhere you get your podcasts or at roguemedianetwork.com. I tell you what,